I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight agent training expert here in Southern California. This topic comes from my 30 plus years of business, sales, and freight moving success. Watch, learn, and apply it. You'll move more freight efficiently, effectively, effortlessly, and make more money financially. And call me at 626-309-9141 with any questions. Now explode your business with
Hello and welcome to my Tuesday training call. Ted Keys, your host and top freight sales training expert. Today I'll show you how to move more freight efficiently, effectively, and effortlessly so you make more money financially. And after the call today, go to my website, tedkeysonline.com, to hear more of my podcasts, read more of my blog posts, watch more of my videos, and while you're there, visit my Freight Sales Success Store for top-notch freight moving products to explode your business today. And if you have any questions today, any questions regardless of what it is, or specifically, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training, then give me a call, Ted Keys. I'm at 626-309-9141. Today's topic is how you commit to freight sales, how you commit to freight sales. Now, I didn't say why, I didn't say where, I didn't say what. I said how you commit to freight sales. The best way how I'm going to do that is explained to you in a well-known documented example. So for those of you that are on my Gmail contact list, just go ahead and scroll down to any one of those number of invites that I sent you today. When you get on my list, I do send you invites to my free Tuesday training call. Just scroll on down to the bottom and go ahead and open up that attachment with the free document that I've provided. Again, get on my list, get my invite, and you will get my free document that I go over every week. And again, today, my topic is how you commit to freight sales, how you commit to freight sales. Freight sales is a marathon. It is not a sprint, okay? A sprint gets you from here to there very quickly. Marathon is long-term over a long distance. Why do I say that? Because so many individuals that come into this profession think that this is easy. One of the first questions out of their mouth is, how quickly can I be making money? You know, how much money can I make? As if they want me to guess what their potential is. So they ask, how much money can I make as quickly as possible? And that is the total wrong attitude. The total right attitude is, how can I be the most effective and the most valuable to those customers, to those prospects that I connect with and build a relationship and actually provide the service of moving their freight. So go ahead and open up that attachment there. Let's go ahead and talk about, again, that free attachment that I've provided down at the bottom of your invite there. So basically, here's why, okay? Again, I'm going to explain this through a well-known example why your commitment to freight sales is so important. And I said your commitment. This is a long-term commitment, just as if you would train for a marathon. You've got to start here. You've got to keep working your way up to success. It is a commitment. It is a long-term commitment. So here's why your commitment to freight sales is so important. You've got to be committed. Now, what I'm going to do is give you an example, and it's basically an advertising example, but as I'll explain at the end, it has to do with all the number of things that you have to do. So let me just explain it by putting it this way. The first time, all right, the first time you or anybody else sees an ad, you basically don't see it. First time you look at an ad, you don't see it. I mean, think about it. You see an ad for the first time, it's unfamiliar. There's a high probability that the image of that ad, whatever it is, a car or a desk or furniture or silverware, food, high probability if that's a new product and you've never seen it before, the image of that ad is going right through your mind. So as I said, the first time a man or you looks at an ad, you don't see it. Second time you or a man sees an ad, you don't notice it. Again, Second time this ad comes into your peripheral view, you basically don't notice it. First time, you don't even see it. Second time, you don't even notice it. Third time that you see an ad or anybody else sees an ad, you're conscious of its existence, okay? The image of that ad is starting to make a small impression into your mind. The fourth time you see an ad or anybody sees an ad for the fourth time, you faintly remember having seen it. So basically, this is a fourth time now. That ad or that image is starting to make an impression at the fourth time that it's been exposed to you. Fifth time you see an ad, your curiosity is starting to be aroused in your mind. The fifth time, you actually read the ad. You actually take the time to stop, not only read it, but also listen. It could be a print ad, it could be an ad on the internet, it could be an ad on the radio. Fifth time, you're starting to take notice. You actually stop and you read the ad or you listen to what the message of this ad has to say. Sixth time, you or any other man, woman sees an ad for the sixth time, you turn up your nose at it. Basically, you're like, oh boy, somebody else is attempting to advertise to me and they're attempting to get my attention. Well, you know what? I'm not giving in. I mean, really, think about it. Think about how many times an advertiser has attempted to get your attention, and around this time, okay, it could be a new TV show, it could be anything, especially in sales. How many times has an advertiser attempted to get your attention, and around this time, this fifth, sixth, seventh time, you're basically thinking, this company is not going to get my attention. I am snubbing my nose at it. Seventh time, okay? Seventh time you see an ad, a man sees an ad, however it is, you read it through and then you say, oh brother, I mean, oh brother, here it is again, attempting to get my attention. Now, does this happen in freight sales? Yeah, sometimes. Hey, sometimes it takes a long time before you actually even get through to have a prospect call you back. But let me refresh it by saying this. And this rule applies not only to freight sales, but really in life in general. 80% of your sales in this profession will come between your 5th and your 12th contact. Now, I haven't even gotten to my 12th to my 12th example here, but usually that's how many times it takes for you to make a call to a prospect and actually get them to take you seriously, to see your value and give you the opportunity to move their freight. So seventh time, you read through it and you say, oh brother, like here's that ad again. Eighth time, you see this ad. Somebody sees an ad, a woman sees an ad, and they say, here's that confounded thing again. Here's that confounded ad again. Again, your attitude at this point is, they're attempting to get my attention, I'm just not giving in. How many times have you received a call from a telemarketer? Okay, that's just a one-time shot. Think of how challenging that is for a telemarketer to call you, get your attention, provide value, okay, and then have you think, hey, this guy can assist me in this matter. All right, that takes skill, because typically they're calling you on the first time is just like the first one. Man sees an ad and he doesn't, he sees an ad, but he doesn't see it. A telemarketer calls you, you hear them, but in reality, your first reaction is, I'm not interested, thank you for calling. Ninth time, you see a new ad. Somebody sees a new ad, a woman sees a new ad. You wonder whether it amounts to anything. Okay, hey, this ad is starting to make an impression in your mind. So you're starting to wonder, gee, I wonder if this new product, this new service is going to amount to anything. Okay, that's the ninth time that you see an ad. The 10th time that you see an ad, you're gonna ask your neighbor, you're gonna ask somebody else that you're talking to. It could be a neighbor, co-worker, another fellow freight agent, could be your wife, could be a child, it could be anybody. You ask them if they have ever tried it. Hey, have you heard about this new product? it's a new vacuum. Again, whatever it is, it could be a car vacuum, it could be something for your car. You start asking somebody else if they've seen it and have they tried it. Now that's to the 12th time that the standard individual has seen an ad. 12 times, okay? I take it back. That's the 10th time somebody has seen an ad. Now the 11th time somebody has seen an ad for this new product, whether it's you or somebody else, the 11th time you wonder how the advertiser makes it worth his while. Because here you've heard this advertisement 11, 12 times now. Let's say 11 times, okay? You wonder, boy, how does this company stay in business? I mean, this is the 11th time, or this is an exorbitant amount of times that I've seen this ad, and yet I have made no effort to make a purchase. That's the 11th time. 11th time you start wondering, boy, how does this company stay in business? Well, they stay in business because they have numerous other products to sell. If you've got one product to sell from the beginning, boy, think about the foundation that you have to build just to get attention on that item. Most corporations, they have oodles of money behind all their products. To send another product out there into the marketplace really doesn't matter to them as long as their message on that particular product is converting. They're getting value out of their ad and it's returning profit for them. 12th time you or somebody else sees an ad for a new product, you think, or you start thinking that it must be a good thing. It must be a good thing. Hey, I've seen this ad so many times now. Now again, if it's an ad for a woman's product and you're a man, you're not going to give it much attention. Same thing for a woman. You're a woman, it's a product for a man, you're not going to give it much attention. However, you may start thinking, boy, this is a good thing, or for my husband, for my boyfriend, for my son. It could be anything like that. But the 12th time you hear this ad or see this ad, you start thinking, this must be a good thing. 13th time, hold on a second, folks. 13th time you see an ad for this new product, same old product, you might start thinking, or you may start thinking that, hey, this thing is worth something, because again, that's the images, all these images entering your mind, again, regardless of what the product is, all these images are starting to have an effect on your decision making. So the 13th time, you've seen this ad for the 13th time, you start thinking that this product might be worth something. The 14th time you've seen this ad, or again, by this time it could be a version of this ad. Okay, the advertisers maybe switched it up, but the 14th time you've seen something close to this variation, you remember that you always wanted such a thing. You remember that you always wanted such a thing. Again, these impressions are starting to make, these images are starting to make impressions into your mind where you're actually thinking, hey, I may require this thing. I may require this thing. The next time you see an ad or a version like it, the 15th time, you're tantalized because you can't afford it. I require this thing. These images has made an effect on me. You start thinking, I require this thing, but oh boy, here's the objection in your mind. I'm unable to afford it. It could be a $10 item, could be a $5 item, could be a $10,000 item. You can come up with any excuse that you desire to make an objection to making a purchase. But remember, the advertiser at this point has made an impression in your mind because of the images, either by radio, by TV, by newspaper, by internet. They've made this inroad into your mind because of all these images that they've planted in your mind. Let's move on. The 16th time you've seen this ad for this new product, you think that you'll buy it someday. You think that you'll buy it someday. You actually make a commitment to yourself that you feel, and you say, you know what, I'm going to get that someday. Again, regardless of what it is. Could be a boat, Could be a car, could be a truck, could be a camper, an RV. I mean, that's a good example where you'll say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to get that someday. But then again, it could be the same response to a new toilet paper product or a paper product or anything like that. So many images have come into your mind at this point that this is what you're actually thinking. Hey, you know what, I'm going to get that someday. 17th time you've seen an ad for the same item. Okay, the same item. You make a memorandum of it. Again, you click it into your mind. I've seen that again. Boy, this particular item has got to have some value to it. So you basically make a note or a memorandum in your mind. I've seen it again. You're considering this item. 18th time you've seen a new ad. Okay, 18th time you've seen a new ad for this one particular new product. You swear at your poverty. You swear at your poverty. This goes back to 16. Basically, you're saying you can't afford it. Now you're saying, hey, I am impoverished. Even though you've got money in the bank account, you've got, equity in your home, you swear at your poverty by saying, I am unable to afford this new item. However, you're doing that because more and more images on this product have come into your mindset where you're actually thinking, hey, I am in poverty, I cannot afford this. But then again, the advertiser wants you there. The advertiser wants you to make a decision. Just by doing this, the advertiser knows that you're making a decision on this product. And you're making a decision because the image of this product has entered your mind so many times. 19th time you see this ad for this new product. You count your money carefully. You count your money carefully. You actually, get online, look at your bank account and say, hey, I've got money in there. Or your savings account, I've got money in there. You're actually taking action to make a step toward the purchase of this item. And hey, that's what the advertisers want. The advertisers want to get you to take action, which leads me to number 20. Number 20 is, you see the same ad, you see a variation of it, of the same product, you buy the article or you have someone buy it for you. You have your wife buy it for you. You have your husband buy it for you. Image number 20, you actually take action to purchase this item. Now, does this take as long in freight sales? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes you could get your prospect to give you the ability to move the freight after contact number 2. But the process is the same. Does this all sound familiar? Does it sound correct? Does it, think about all the products that you've, purchased in your lifetime. A lot of times, many times, an image after image after image has had to have been planted in your mind in order for you to take action. Now, let me say this. This list that I just shared with you, this was written in 1885. 1885, what is that? Like 140 years ago, 130 years ago? It was written that long ago. What does that mean? It means that it shows that marketing has not changed much. My question to you is this. Will you stop reaching? Okay, will you stop reaching your prospects or continue to reach them until you've made it to call number 20 or email number 20? Again, let me go back to that statistic that I shared with you earlier. 80% of your freight sales will come between your 5th and your 12th contact. I stress this so heavily because of this. So many times, so many freight agents, most of them will quit after making call 1, 2, or 3. So just think about it. Most freight agents will stop making a call to a new prospect after call 1, 2, or 3. Think of the additional progress that you're going to make, the additional product that you're going to move for them when you continue after call number 3, call number 4, call number 5. This is all about making an impression in your freight prospect's mind. They will give you the opportunity to move their freight when they feel that you have made or you've gone ahead and taken an action, they find value in you. Okay, again, this value can come after call 1, but it's very little. This value can come after call 3, but it's very little. This value can come between your 5th and your 12th, which again, that's where everything is bunched up, between that 5th and that 12th contact, where most freight prospects, 80%, will give you the opportunity to move their freight. So let me finish it off by saying this. Are you committed to doing whatever it takes and never quitting? That is what commitment is all about. That is how you commit yourself to freight sales. That's how you commit yourself to freight sales, and that's how you stay committed to freight sales, by continuing to make those calls time after time, or emails time after time, or a combination of calls and emails time after time after time. Stay committed until you actually get a hold of your freight prospect and they give you the opportunity to move their freight, provided that what they have to move fills in or meets your standards. If you're talking to a freight prospect, which is not going to be a freight prospect at all, and they just move boxes, well, if you start off at a pallet, that is not a prospect. These are individuals, prospects that meet your standards, your qualification to move their freight. Great topic today. And again, how you commit to freight sales. You do it by staying in it over the long run. Don't come into this profession wondering, gee, how much money can I make in the shortest amount of time? It doesn't happen that way. It happens by you making contact with the marketplace, building relations with the marketplace, and staying committed to that whole process. Great topic today. Thank you again for joining me on my Tuesday training call. It's been a pleasure having you today. I will do this all again next week on my Tuesday training call, same time, 2 p.m. Pacific time and 5 p.m. Eastern time on my Tuesday training call. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again next week on my Tuesday training call. Bye-bye. When you arrive at my Freight Sales Success Store today, you'll see a host of products available there for purchase. First one you'll see available is my flagship product. That is my Freight Sales Success Guide, typically for beginner and struggling freight agents. If you're searching for that daily motivation to set goals, to achieve them, to pick up the phone daily and connect and build relationships with the marketplace, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Quotes. And if you're searching for those specific skills, and there are many individual skills required to be successful in this profession, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Skill. I highly recommend each one of these products, available for purchase today in my Freight Sales Success Store. Do you have any questions again? Do you have any questions about today's call? Or more importantly, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight broker training? Then give me, Ted Keys, a call. I'm at 626-309-9141. Great topic for today. Take these skills, apply them. You'll be amazed at what happens to your results.